Would you rather have this BMW F80 M3 or this BMW G80 M3? That's what we'll talk about in today's video. The main differences about these cars, what people like more about the F80 and the G80, what they dislike, and at the end, what we prefer. If you like our content, make sure to like and subscribe because that's what helps the channel grow. To get started, both of these cars are M3 competitions. This one is the F80, a 2018. This one is the G80, a 2021. Both are black. This one is just wrapped. Both have the two-tone wheels. The interior and the spec is mostly the same. The main difference that they have is this one is a manual and this one is an automatic. Let's get started at the heart of these cars, the engine. This is also a big point why it's worthy to compare these cars because this is the base engine for this. They're both twin-turbo inline sixes. Of course, they did a few modifications to make it better, like the crank hub, but we don't want to get too deep into that. But if you look at the F80, you can definitely tell that it's a very nice engine bay with the very, very big carbon fiber brace. Looks very nice, but if we just look at the G80, it doesn't look too bad, but the engine bay definitely did get a little downgrade. If you look at the brace, it's just a normal aluminum brace, plus these welds just look very, very bad and not too good. It just looked like they had to save a lot of money on this car. But speaking of evolution and their generations, this engine is definitely better and more bulletproof kind of due to the fact of the crank hub. But yeah, let's get into the interior. One similarity which all BMWs have is that the seat is behind the B-pillar, which makes this entry space a little bit narrow. But once you sit inside, it feels completely amazing, especially with these bucket seats. Looking at the interior, this is similar to all BMWs and what you would expect from BMW, all with this very nice looking leather. Of course, we all know it's not leather, but it just looks very high-end and luxurious with these stitching and everything. One thing which we did replace on these are these handles right here, because they do tend to get sticky because they are have a little rubber layer over them. So we got these carbon fiber looking ones, which are obviously plastic, which just feels better when getting out than those little rubber sticky ones. But just looking inside the dashboard, the instrument cluster and everything, all these little carbon fiber trims just make the car look super sporty and just very aggressive. It's everything that you would expect from a BMW. This whole center just looks very still modern and not outdated. And yeah, and if you look at the dashboard, this one still looks and feels amazing, especially with the stitching. But if we look in a little bit at the G80, this is definitely that we noticed something about it, which is kind of also a downgrade. But yeah, let's get into that. So same thing here, as I've said on every BMW. The seat again is behind the B-pillar, which makes this space very narrow again. But again, when you sit inside of these comfort seats, it just feels amazing again. And if you look here again, very, very normal BMW. This door card feels very nice. This part here is cushioned very well and feels like real leather and just feels very luxurious. This top part here also cushioned very nice, but feels more like plastic, which I'm not really a big fan of. This piece also seems a little bit cheap, but probably just because it's a little thin layer. These plastic trims don't look too bad, and this part is just hard plastic and just seems really, really cheap. If you move on to the interior, the steering wheel, very nice. These plastic trims again, which also don't look too bad, but I would probably prefer the carbon fiber. But the leather feels nice. I like the red buttons on these for the M1 and M2 settings. But the trim that this one has are these little weird shapes in like kind of silver chrome. Also again plastic, which I'm not too big of a fan of this. Rather have the carbon fiber, just because it again makes it feel more sporty and more luxurious. But again, if we look at the dashboard, like I said last time, there's zero stitching on this and it feels like straight plastic. It is soft, but it just doesn't seem as high-end and luxurious, which is again a little downgrade what BMW made on this car. Still at the G80, if we take a look at these seats, these are the black leather comfort seats. And again, these just feel way better, give you very good stability still. Even though the carbon fiber ones do look better, they are like triple or like 4 times the price. They're not as comfortable. They're more for like the racetrack if you make it more into a race car. But these are very comfortable. If we take a look at the seats of the F80, these are also black leather. These are the competition and bucket seats which they offered in the F80. These are not carbon fiber, but definitely give very good stability, very high comfort, and probably the most comfortable and best seats I've ever sat in a car. Yeah, I really like them. They're very sporty with these holes in them, and again, give you a lot of stability, comfortable. Only thing I could imagine is that they put like a carbon fiber trim or something, a shell on the back, which they do offer aftermarket, but yeah, same thing on that one. So if you take a look at the back seats, this is also very typical of BMW. If I go inside, the seat is positioned as my driving seat right now. I'm about 5'10", rounded up 6 feet. But typical BMW, not bad. I like the leather, again, very soft. I have a little bit, maybe like a 1 finger gap of space between my knees and the front seat. Not too bad. And yeah, very comfortable. And let's take a look at the G80. Same thing here. This is also my seating position. This one kind of feels a little bit tighter. Also, same leather again, very soft, very comfortable. Only thing I have is, since these seats are the comfortable ones, comfort seats, they are a little bit thicker. Barely can fit 1 finger in there, so that's not really the best, but very typical BMW again, comfortable, not a lot of space, but definitely doable. If we take a look at the trunk space in the G80, we can see that there's a lot of room, and underneath here, if we get this up in the corner, you have to put your finger kind of there. There's nothing here to put your finger here. The only thing that they have here is the main battery of the car. You have 2 little compartment spaces, left and right. If you pull this off, this is where the fuse box sits. And let's look at the F80. If we take a look here at the F80, both almost have the same amount of space. If we look under here, this one actually has something to put your finger underneath. It's a little bit easier. If we pull this out, you can see back there that we have some electronics in there, such as the fuse box back there. And if we put this back and take this little side piece out where the roadside service things are in here, we can see that the battery is in here. So it's quite the opposite from the G80, because the G80 had the fuse box here and the battery down there. And as you can see, this one, I don't know if it was an option back then, but this one you still have to close manually. But if we look at the G80, this one had the button to close it automatically. If we take a look at the outside of the F80 M3, we can definitely see that this one starts very low here, goes all the way up here, and since the engine and the charge cooler sit a little bit higher, they had to include this power dome, which looks very aggressive and sporty, plus these lines that go diagonal outside these little body lines right here. Just makes the car look very sporty and aggressive, which I really like about this car. And both headlights are the laser or icon headlights. Yeah, let's go to the G80. And if we look here at the G80, it already starts very high and rises by a lot here, so they don't really need the power dome anymore. But that's something that's missing about this car, because this area up here is just very plain and just feels dead and very long. But something which we do like are these little, I don't know what to call them, but like imprints or like indents kind of, which like makes it more sporty and everything. Since they didn't have the power dome, they, I guess, added this. But something else which a lot of people don't really like is this grille, which BMW had on the M3 and the M4. A lot of people really hate it and say that BMW messed this up. For me, I'm a fan of this, of the kidney grille here. I'm not really a big fan of this honeycomb down here. But yeah, besides that, I really like the car. And let's take a look at the back. And if we look at the back here of the G80, I really like it. This is very typical BMW again, of the trunk right here. And we look at the taillights. This is when they started like the kind of 3D taillights. A lot of people don't really like it, like the front grille or whatever. I really like it. It's something to get used to, but I like the clear part. And if we look here, if we go further down, this part kind of feels like it's artificial, that they don't really need it, due to that it like starts here and just goes all the way down to here and like pops out a lot. But something also again to get used to. But if you look down here, the exhaust tips looks completely amazing. The diffuser looks very nice. Something we probably want to add is like the little F1 brake light. Just something nice to add on the car. But again, the exhaust tips just like very nice and just very big exhaust tips if you compare it to the F80. But yeah, let's look at the F80. And again here, same thing, very typical BMW of the trunk right here. I'm a big fan of these taillights. They just look very good. We have these tinted right now a little bit, which for me kind of makes the car look a little bit better. We do have the little ducktail spoiler, which you did get aftermarket, which we're probably going to do on the G80 as well. But if you take a look here, like I said on the G80, this one doesn't really go all the way out. It has this little step right here for the trunk, which just kind of makes it a little bit better because it goes down straight. Something which BMW could have probably added is a better diffuser, because it just kind of stops right here. The exhaust tips maybe a little bit bigger, but I really like it, and the sound on this one is also definitely a lot better, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And if you take a look here at the F80, the mirrors are very dynamic and very sporty, due to that they're very, very small, and they kind of look small because they're more basic. They go down here across this points more back, which kind of lets the air, or like it's supposed to look like the air can go back. Again, looks smaller, even though they're probably around the same size, but the other one just looks very bulky, and we'll take a look at that. And the mirrors on the G80 definitely are very, very bulky, or look bulky, due to the fact that this little like part, which is typical on the M series, that this kind of points towards like the front and stands out more, and it has this like very, very like plain top, and it just goes straight down. Like if we looked at the F80, it like went up very smooth and looked more dynamic, but this just doesn't look like it fits to the car, and just not as dynamic, sporty, and just very, very bulky. And if you take a look at the wheels on the F80, these are probably my favorite wheels that BMW has ever made, because they're just very, very thin, and just look very sporty with these little very thin spokes, the blue brake caliper, again 20-inch. Of course we have them on lowering springs right now, which just makes the fitment look a lot better, but even stock it didn't look as bad. And yeah, if we look at the front here, they're both again 20-inch. Looks very balanced and good again. Again, same wheel kind of, very thin spokes, blue brake caliper. Yeah, I just really like this car. Let's look at the G80. And if we look at the G80 here, if we look at the rear wheels, these are also 20-inch. They kind of seem more bulky and more heavier, which they are also. Not really too sure why, but also very thin spokes again, blue brake caliper. I really like it. Again, only thing I don't really like about the G80 is the brake disc that this has. Drove this a couple times, the wheels are already completely dusted. But if you look at the front, these are 20 and these are 19. I know why, but at the same time don't. They made these 19-inch, which just makes it look like a little toy car. The 19-inch wheels, thicker rubber. It's obviously for more performance on the track or whatever, to add more grip. This car obviously weighs a little bit more, but again, it's a normal street car. And if you wanted to take it on the track, you're probably going to put different wheels on it anyways. So I don't really know why they put it. I don't really like it, the 19-inch, because it just makes it look really small, and with the very thick tire, I'm not really a big fan of it, but yeah. So we just started up the car real quick. We're gonna give it a little rev and just sound check of, they're both stock right now, so the G80, we're gonna start with that. So now let's do a sound check for the F80. So now we'll take a look here at the back of the exhaust. Again, this is completely stock, bone stock, with 4 cats, 2 resonators, and 1 very big muffler. It is in the sports mode with the valves open and everything. So now we'll give you a few revs of the F80. We'll take both of these for a spin in a little bit, but for a main conclusion, we like both of them. This one is a very nice high-tech and nice daily. This one is the more traditional BMW, has all the little features, is a very nice little drift toy. This one, again, very nice, has its ups and downs, this one as well. But at the end, we'll probably prefer this one, but we both like them the same. And now a few of these clips. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, it would help out a lot if you could like and subscribe. We have a big surprise for you guys in our next video. Drive safe and stay tuned.